Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember the dreadful, awkward times of high school? Heck, you might still be in high school. Well, let me tell you something. This movie captures everything about that concept and actually makes it kind of funny. Also, this video essay is spoiler filled, so just a warning. Anyways, let's jump into it.
I wouldn't go to the prom with you if you were Elliot Gould.
Oh, shut down again.
Hey, don't worry, Barney. It's a big school. There's got to be a girl nobody else wants to take to the prom.
This movie introduces us to Nadine that's kind of going through some hormonal times. Basically, her life feels like it's going down the drain. We start right off the bat with seeing the only person that seems to get her, which is her father, dies when she's around 13, setting the bar to tell us, damn, she really is alone. Her only friend seems to be Krista, her best friend since preschool. However, she ends up dating her brother, who Nadine hates, and Krista ends up choosing him over Nadine. Which brings me to my first problem of this movie. Are you telling me that you would choose this hunk of muscle over your best friend of about a decade? That just doesn't make any sense. But whatever, it's just a movie, so let's just keep watching. So since Nadine and her best friend kind of broke up, she needs to go out and find some new friends, which introduces my two favorite characters, Mr. Burner and Erwin. Mr. Burner is just the best teacher. He's kind of the teacher that'll see you on your phone in class and you'll be like, whatever, I'm getting paid for this, so it's okay. Also, Erwin is probably the most relatable character every person in high school or middle school can relate to. Anyways, Erwin and Nadine go on a date and he tried to kiss her on the Ferris wheel but was quickly rejected. Cause she's actually interested in the guy that looks like Avicii. I forget his name. Look at this hottie. Man, I would fuck. So Nadine is pretty lonely and she calls Erwin up to hang out as friends. Erwin obviously likes this girl, so of course he would say yes. They go in the pool, yada yada yada, and a couple sparks start to fly. That's pretty much it for that scene. There's nothing really going on here. It's actually one of my least favorite scenes in the movie, just because some of the jokes are just really dumb.
What are you doing? You're gonna press the button that sucks me into the drain, aren't you?
Dickhead, you're such a dickhead. And everybody knows it, everyone but you.
The next day, Nadine can't go to school because she saw her ex-best friend, so her mom unwillingly takes her to her job. Nadine gets bored and starts having a mental breakdown in the room, and she actually steals her mom's car to get some fresh air. And another thing with this movie is some things just don't make sense, man. I just realized this right now as I'm recording, but during the scene she was being chased by police cars, but when the next scene happens, she's not arrested or anything. Like, did she get away from it? Did she drive off? Did they lose her? I don't know. So she sits down at a park and she accidentally sends a text to Avicii that she wants to be with him, and he was of course down for it. So they go on a date and start kissing and whatever. Then Avicii tries to get in her pants, but she obviously wasn't down for it, and Avicii turns into a crybaby. What they thought of this relationship obviously didn't see eye to eye, so Nadine just gets out of the car and calls up her teacher for help. They get donuts, whatever, and her teacher takes her to his house and they call Nadine's mom, which Nadine has been ignoring her calls for the past couple hours. Obviously, as a parent, this could be kind of scary. When the car shows up, it was actually her brother who was trying to help. She doesn't want to get in the car, so her teacher just takes her home. When she gets home, she hugs her brother and everyone's happy again. And she goes to Erwin's film festival presentation, and she finally feels some sort of comfort and safeness. After all what she has been going through, Nadine finally feels at peace, and we have a happy ending. Now for the nitty-gritty things.
Also, you should win things by watching.
You kids don't know what you want. That's why you're still kids, 'cause you're stupid.
Now, I don't know if this was supposed to be perceived this way, but one of the things that took me out of this movie towards the end was how Nadine's brother was portrayed. Because of the gender topic thing that's been going on lately in movies these days, and women empowerment, I was thinking her brother was portrayed as the bad guy. Even though he was very caring for Nadine, apart from dating her best friend, it still felt like he was the bad person or the antagonist. But towards the end, he was almost depicted as a hero since he hugged her and Nadine felt safe in his arms. I don't know if this was intended, but that's how it felt while I was watching the movie, and it really took me out of it. Now, I'm not against feminism or anything like that, but this movie isn't about feminism. It's about the struggle of what every high schooler goes through. And when people watch a movie and it causes them to think about these things which they really don't need to, it kind of bothers them. Okay, let me explain. When dealing with the topic of feminism, I think a movie has to adopt the idea into their movie or not. For the in-between parts, it's kind of a gray area. Since this topic has been very big lately, when we watch a movie that subtly hints about the topic of feminism or racism or masculinity or the topic of gay people notice these things and they realize they are just watching a movie. We watch movies to have fun and to forget about things that are going on right now. Take Captain Marvel. The main focus was about woman empowerment while still trying to make a cool superhero movie. Now, take Wonder Woman, another movie that's still about woman empowerment while still trying to make a superhero movie. What's the difference? Wonder Woman's character makes you feel like you want to be her, and like she's motivating, she has great personality, and damn, she is beautiful. Captain Marvel, on the other hand, has weird jokes, and honestly is kind of a smartass.
Be in town.
Oh, I'll be out of your hair as soon as I track down the Skrulls that are infiltrating your planet.
Skrulls?
Shapeshifters.
Now, even though they both have the same premise, these characters are completely different and the writing is like night and day. Sure, there might have been a couple stupid lines in Wonder Woman, and I'm not praising it or anything, but that's just how the Marvel and DC formula works, and that's what appeals to the general audience, and that's what makes movie producers rich. I'm just super saying. But if you have to choose who to be, I bet a lot of people would choose Wonder Woman just because of her character is a lot more developed than Captain Marvel. If you want me to go more in depth about this topic, let me know by hitting the like button and commenting that you want me to give my thoughts about this. Back to the video.
Oh wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Something this movie does right is how it draws an audience towards the screen by being relatable. We can easily sympathize with Nadine because we have all been in a similar situation. The story revolves around Nadine and we can really get to know her and build a relationship in a way. Doing this makes us feel like we are in the movie and we actually have a sense of escape. I think a lot of people like this movie because it feels like something like this can actually happen, and it's fun watching a fantasy of seeing how it plays out. For the comedy aspect, I actually kinda enjoyed it. There were some really funny lines that made me laugh while I was watching this with my roommate.
We should go sometime.
Yeah, we should. With like a group of people, like with several people.
Just us?
Like just us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, our group. Yeah, our group.
However, some jokes just sucked. It was that cringy middle school and high school comedy, how people think they are hotheads and funny.
I will tell everyone on Facebook that you pluck your nipples. How about that?
I really think Steinfeld's performance saved this movie, because some of the script writing was just so cringy. But honestly, this cringy comedy works, since that's how most high schoolers and middle schoolers are. This might have been a mistake, but it just accidentally makes sense. While watching this for the first time, I didn't think about the writing being bad, I just thought that the intent was to make them look cringy. Watch the movie back now, I don't think that was the case, and I think those cringy parts were just bad jokes and poor writing. Also, I feel like the production quality was actually pretty good. One thing I noticed while rewatching it is that Nadine's clothing stands out from everyone else's, looking like an outcast. Towards the end of the movie, she dresses really nice for Irwin's film project, but still kinda casual, making her fit in with everyone else. Which is also the point of the movie where she feels comfortable around Irwin and she's back together with her best friend and all that. This is one of the reasons why I like movies, is that there's a deeper meaning that a lot of people don't really get. Cinematography and the editing was pretty well done. I think there was a couple shots in there I really liked, but I mean, nothing really caught my eye. I don't know, I liked it. But whether you agree or disagree with me, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we all like movies and we like talking about it. We all have different opinions, but that's okay, because you could stay true to what you believe in. If you guys want to start a discussion, just comment something down below and we could just talk from there. I give this movie a 6.7 out of 10. Thank you.